So, Joseph, I'm told, greatest camp.
Yeah.
Surprise, surprise, it's the greatest camp of your life. That famous question. How has it actually been though? Because we were just talking with Andy Lee, talking about how positive everything is being with Tyson, how positive the just kind of mood is in that camp. People ringing to come and be your sparring partners because they want to be there. How much has that changed for you mentally heading into the stage of your career?
Listen, mentally, when people say it's been the greatest camp, sometimes they do lie, and sometimes it's not. It's not exactly what they say it is. But this has been the greatest camp.
Yeah.
And you know, when you have Andy Lee and you surround yourself with people like Tyson, then you've got sparring partners calling in and wanting to come and help and support and give me the work. It gives you confidence knowing that you've done the work. You know, and the camp has been great. I've had great sparring, I've eaten clean, I've trained hard with Andy. Tyson's come on runs and he's very positive, brings that good energy into camp. Now that we're in the finishing stages of of camp and into the fight, tapering off, I've got my brother here, my parents here, you know, the whole team from New Zealand. So I'm feeling the support, feeling the love, and I am ready to go.
It must be nice as well to have Andy Lee. You're obviously joining this your third fight with Andy Lee. To see the improvement between the two Chisora fights, it must make you think, right, I'm going to keep getting better, keep getting better, getting better. Did you think that was something you needed at that stage of your career?
It's at that stage of my career, I made the perfect move in linking up with Andy Lee. Nothing with the team that I had before. We did great things together, but I think when I sort of lost the passion and love for the sport, but having a new coach and a new environment, training with a new team, and just it's all new. You know, you feel that excitement come back, and you feel like I feel like I've just started again.
Having that you mentioned there, the losing your passion a little bit for the sport. Do you see yourself as a different type of fighter now from what you were before?
Yeah.
Do you know your identity a bit more as a fighter?
I know that I'm a lot different from the fighter I was before, and I'm a lot better. And there's a lot more that I can show if I keep putting in the work with Andy Lee. The first camp I had with Chisora was a good camp. The second camp was better. This camp is great. Imagine what the next camp's going to be like.
Why are they getting better? What's getting better about them?
When you have more time with someone and you're learning off them constantly, it just gets ingrained into you in your subconscious mind, and then instead of me just learning it and trying it, it's me now, and it's my style. And Andy Lee is a great trainer and a great teacher, and that's the reason why Tyson linked us up together. And it was the best move I've made in this part of my career, and I can only see myself going upwards from here.
And only 30 years old as well. You should be entering
young.
the prime now, right?
Young, 30 years old.
A spring chicken.
I feel like I am hitting the prime of my career, and I've been in the game for a long time, and I've achieved some good things in boxing, become world champion, but I have a lot more to give, and I have a lot more to show, and a lot more to achieve, and I'm going to go out there and do it.
How excited are you? Obviously, it's a fight, and what matters is winning. But how excited are you just about sort of the high stakes of this fight, the event, the fact that there's so much for both of you to gain from winning?
I am very excited. Not only is it going to be a big event, you got a great undercard. You got myself and Joe Joyce, and you got, like, when you fight in front of a crowd, no matter what training you do, sparring, strength work, nothing beats the feeling of walking onto the ring and fighting in the ring in front of a big crowd. And so this event and what's at stake, number one and number two in the WBO, that excites me, and I love the challenge, and that's what I live for.
It feels like it's very much the gateway to get into that top level. Obviously, you've had Tyson in your camp. Those guys have kind of been, Wilder, Tyson, Usyk, Joshua. They've sort of been in their own little section for a few years, haven't they? Whereas this fight feels like you're ready to jump into that section.
This fight feels like we're right there. We're nearly there. So the winner of this fight, can jump into that little group that's sort of like you mentioned at the top. And I was there before, but I want to get there again, and I want to stay there. The hardest part is staying there.
Of course. And when you mentioned you lost the passion a little bit, do you think it was because perhaps you were just a little too young in your career to take the setback to then build up? Obviously losing to Joshua, losing the world title, was that a setback that was really difficult for you at that age?
I lost the passion when I became world champion. That was a downfall. And then not training properly, not enjoying it, just doing it because you had to do it. And I mentioned before that it was just, it just felt like it was just something to do. But now I love it. Now I love it, and now I enjoy it. I enjoy everything. I enjoy the whole camp. I enjoy you know, the camp life, the team that I have, the activities that we do, everything. It's great to be here.
Have you found yourself looking forward to fight week itself as well? Once this starts, you know, the media workout and then the press conference tomorrow, the weigh-in, the kind of the beginning of the drama, you know, the beginning of the spice.
Yeah. So when you have a long camp, you always look forward to fight week. And fight week is here. Let's get it on.
And now I believe those claps mean Joe Joyce is just getting in the ring. How have you found your confrontations with him so far? Obviously, you two are the nicest, chillest guys on the planet.
There's no animosity, there's no aggression, there's no real bad blood. There's just the sport they will win, you know, and may the best man win.
Do you prefer it that way? Have you ever had a fight where you really didn't like the guy?
No, you know, like I think I saw Joe say something before where after a fight he gets in touch with his opponents, and he had Carlos Seckham in camp, so they do help each other out. And I feel that after a fight, I always relax and have fun with my opponents. It's just a sport.
Yeah. And what are you expecting? Obviously, everyone knows Joe Style, the Juggernaut. It's his name. Everyone's seen how he fights. He's fought since the same way since he was in the GB camp all these years. His whole pro career. What are you expecting? What are you wanting to exploit? Don't give too much away, obviously. But what are you looking to exploit?
There's no surprises here. I don't think there's anything new that he can do or bring. It's just going to be the same Joe Joyce that we've seen plenty times before. Forward, volume of punches, take shots, keep pressing forward and not stopping.
Andy mentioned that's one of the things he's been trying to sort out with you in training and with you in camp is making you concentrate throughout the whole fight. I guess the way you just described Joe there, that is exactly what you need to do, right?
You have to concentrate for every second of every minute of every round, because of what he brings. You can't just take your eye off him one bit. Everything has to be focused, and that's what we've been working on. So that's what I'm going to do.
All right, prediction. Let's have it.
I'm going to beat him.
What's happening?
I'll beat him.
And how?
Probably late stoppage.
Late stoppage. You think you can
late
stop
stoppage,
the Juggernaut?
But leaning towards points. But I want a late stoppage.
Amazing. I can't wait. It's a huge heavyweight match, and I mean the world needs more. The boxing world needs more of them. It charges up the rest of the sport, doesn't it? And it's